Hello students, welcome to a lesson through the virtual training center of the Brihan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika. My name is Shraddha teacher, and in this lockdown period, since we are not able to go to school, children, we will be doing many lessons here online through the virtual class. So come on, let's proceed to our lesson for today.
Now children, in this lesson that we are doing today, we are going to do a beautiful story from your standard 9th Kumar Bharati textbook. And the name of the story is The Necklace. Now children, the story you must have seen in your textbook. It is a rather long lesson where the entire story has been split up into two parts. So in today's part, we will try and see what is the gist of the first part of the story. We will look at a little bit of grammar which is given under the first part of the story. Alright? So we will try and understand what happens in the, you can say, first half of the story, and then we will move on and do the next part when we meet next time. So since we are doing the introduction to the story today, let us try and understand a little bit about the author of the story. Now look at his name. It is written here in the lower left hand corner. Now this is a French name. This gentleman was a French novelist and a short story writer. Now it is Guidemanssant. Now there are different ways in which people pronounce it, but in French, France, if you go, you will hear people saying Guy de Maupassant, or you will hear them saying Guy de Maupassant. Alright, so it is a little difficult for us to say it because it is not a language which we know. So there is no harm if it goes a little here and there, the pronunciation, remember, because it is not an English word at all. So let us learn a little bit about the author now. So he was a very well-known French novelist and a short story writer. He was born in this place called Normandy in France. Most of his stories were about the life of simple people. Okay, and towards the end of his life, you will see he suffered some illnesses, and he died at a rather young age of 43 years. So he has written this beautiful story, that is The Necklace. Now what is the necklace? The necklace is actually a piece of jewelry which is worn by women. Now let us try and understand and see what is it that he wants to tell us about the necklace. So this is a story in which there are three main characters, and the story is known by many other names also. Like there are editions where it is called the diamond necklace. In some places it is called as the necklace, like we are calling it in this lesson today. In some books you will see it is called the lost necklace. Alright, but anyways, the necklace is a kind of a symbol which is used in the story to tell us that we should not get attracted, or we should not get influenced by the wrong things in life. Okay, so let us look at the gist of the story. We will not say the entire story or narrate the entire story here in this 15-minute lesson. So we will look at the highlights of the story, and for looking at the highlights, let us look at the main characters in the story. So you have a husband and wife that is a couple. The lady is Mathilde Loisel and the husband is Monsieur Loisel. Now these two people, they are from a very humble background. Humble means what? They do not have too much money, alright, and they are just living a normal life. That is, they do not have a lavish lifestyle. But this particular lady, Mathilde, she wants a lavish lifestyle. Okay, but you will see in the story when you read the textbook that her husband is not able to afford that kind of a lifestyle for her, because he is just a clerk in the Department of Education. So she is rather, you can say, very upset, and she's always longing for a better life. Okay, she doesn't like the kind of life that she is living with her husband. You can see the expression on her face, the expression on the face of Mathilde Loisel. Okay, her husband, on the other hand, he's a good man who doesn't have too much money, but at the same time, he always wants to please his wife and he wants to keep his wife happy also. Now, this lady, she dreams of having a very luxurious life. She wants to live in a big palace, all right? But now she doesn't have those means because she's not married to a very rich man. But she has a rich friend and a schoolmate who is very rich. And this lady, Mathilde, many a times she does not even want to visit her friend. Now, who's this friend of hers? Now, this friend of hers is this lady whose name is Madame Forestier. Now, who's Madame Forestier? She is just a lady who's rich and who has got a lot of, you can say, jewelry with her, and she's got a lavish lifestyle, and that is why Mathilde is very, very jealous of her. But you will see that in the course of the story, Mathilde happens to borrow a necklace which belongs to Madame Forestier. And then in the story, what happens? Now she is, Mathilde is generally not happy with the kind of life that she is leading. But one fine day, what happens is she gets invited to a party. Mathilde, she gets invited to a party. Now, whenever someone invites you to a party, you want to get dressed up well, isn't it? You want to wear good clothes, you want to wear a lot of jewelry, but now she doesn't have it. So she gets upset and she starts troubling her husband, and she ends up borrowing, this Mathilde, she ends up borrowing a necklace from her friend, Madame Forestier. Now, after she borrows the necklace, she wears it and she goes to the ball. The ball means the party. And so you can see here that she's worn the necklace and she's feeling very happy, she's feeling very beautiful, and everyone around is admiring her, and she is like the center of attraction in the party. So this is till the happy times, and now there's a very untoward incident which happens, untoward or very unpleasant incident. And what is that? She loses the necklace which she has borrowed from her friend Madame Forestier. She loses it. So in the first half of the story, children, you will see these incidents taking place in our story, The Necklace. You will see an introduction to these characters, the main characters in the story, and you will see what happens in the first half of the story. Now the second part of the story we will see when we are doing the lesson next time, that is when we continue with the story, when we will do the second part of the lesson. So now, like I told you in the beginning, we are going to look at a few grammar points which are there along with this lesson, part 1 of the lesson. So let us read some words which they have given us. So see, the necklace, an error, all these things, another woman, one evening, her husband. So you will see here, I have tried to highlight using different colors that the two words given in a phrase, they belong to two different categories. Alright? So let us see which category the black letter colored words belong to. So the necklace, sorry, not the necklace, necklace, error, things, woman, evening, husband. All these words which I have underlined and which are in black, they are all some or the other kind of noun, isn't it? And in all these phrases, you can see some words which are used before the nouns. That is, you have the, you have an, you have all these, you have another, you have one, you have her. So these are all words in these phrases which are used before the nouns, whichever kind of noun it is, but these are the phrases that are used before the nouns. So what are these phrases called? These phrases are called as the determiners. Determine. Determine means give value to. So what is the meaning of determiners? These words that are used in the beginning of a noun phrase. A noun phrase is a phrase which has got a noun, are called as determiners. So what is the function of the determiner? What does the determiner try to do? It tries to specify or make it clear what noun we are talking about. Okay, so it tries to give more meaning to the noun. It tries to point out specifically as to what the noun is that we are talking about. So that is what a determiner is, and the meaning of determiners is. Now let us look at some examples of determiners. So determiners could belong to different categories. Okay, we look at some examples, but before that, see these determiners, these words. For example, I picked up 3 words here from the examples we did last time. The, an, and all these. Okay, we said the necklace, an error, all these things. So they specify or make it clear what noun we are talking about, and that is why they are called as determiners. Okay, so these are some types of determiners. So determiners could be possessive pronouns, they could be you can say articles, they could be numbers, they could be ordinals, okay, they could be quantifiers. So all these things, for example, look at the articles here. See a and the. When you're saying a, you can say apple, you can say an apple, okay. A bar. What are you doing? You are using the article a, but the article here is acting like the determiner. An apple, the table, okay. So here these are the articles. A and an are the indefinite articles, and the is the definite article, but here it is acting like the determiner. See ordinals, first, second, third, last, next. So ordinals means they are trying to fix the position. So these ordinals are also when they are used with a noun or when they become part of the noun phrase, they are called determiners. All these numbers could be determiners if they are part of a noun phrase. Alright. Demonstratives. What are demonstratives? Demonstratives are possessive pronouns. Like for example, this, that, these, those, my, our, your. All these are possessive pronouns. They are also called as demonstratives. Possessive adjectives also. Quantifiers. Quantifier means quantity, that which determines quantity. So all these words, children, they are all belonging to specific category of you can say words, but they can also be called as determiners when they appear with a noun in a noun phrase, when they occur before the noun. Alright, so these are all examples of determiners or types of determiners. We will look at some example sentences now in which these determiners are used, and towards the end we will try and do an exercise in which we will see how you use the correct determiner in any sentence. So see, I thought my wallet was lost. So my wallet is the noun phrase here, wallet is the noun, and my is the determiner. So all the examples that you can read over here, these are all possessive determiners. How can we get your dog to obey? His gym shoes are on the floor. Her marriage was a disaster. The tiger licked its paw. Our vacation was fantastic. The lawyers knew their client was probably guilty. Okay, so these are all what? They are all possessive determiners. Okay, let us look at some examples generally. So an apple is a healthy snack. So here an is what? It is actually it is an article. It is an indefinite article. But here it is a determiner. My house is your house. Which essay is for what class? Two thieves stole a dozen cars. So you can see many different types. Numbers also you can see over here. Isn't it? So these are all examples of determiners. Let us do a small quiz also now. So let us try and select the correct determiner for the sentence. So Lisa saw. So should it be a shooting star or an shooting star? Yes, here it will be Lisa saw a shooting star, because you have the sound of a consonant letter after A. And when you use an, it should be the sound of a vowel. Okay? Next one, this is mine car or this is my car. So you say this is my car. You never say this is mine car. But you can point out to the car and you can say this is mine. The car is mine, you can say. Okay? But when you say this is, then you say my car. Next is the more or whole pie is for me. So it is the whole pie is for me. More is when you compare with something else. When you say she got more of the pie. Alright? I want more pie. So that is why that is in the situation where we use more. But now you want the whole thing. The whole pie is for me. These or this cell phone is big. So there is just one cell phone. So when there are multiple cell phones, plural, you will say these. Now it is singular one. So you will say this cell phone is big. Same goes with that and those. You don't say that flowers are pretty. You say those flowers are pretty. Then the and an door is locked. So you don't say an door is locked. You say the door is locked. Or you can also say a door is locked. But we do not have the option for a. So children, this was the first half of your lesson, The Necklace, written by Guy de Maupassant. It is a short story which you will see towards the end. You will learn a very good moral from the story, that you are not supposed to focus on the material things in life. That is, you are not supposed to look at others and feel jealous of the big house that they have, or the number of cars that they have, or the amount of money that they have, because all that does not lead to a happy life. But that moral of the story we will arrive at when we see the second half of the story next time. Okay? So along with the gist of the story, we also saw the grammar part in it. That is, we looked at what are determiners and different types of determiners. We looked at examples of determiners, and also we did a small example on using the correct determiners in sentences.
So children, wasn't that a wonderful video? And did you enjoy watching it? So if you want to watch more such videos in future, then please like this video and also subscribe to our channel, the MCGM Portal for Education, and also hit the bell button so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video here. Thank you so much for now. Let's meet again soon. So children, now you have watched the video. So after you watch the video now, you will have to complete a few simple tasks. Now you might have watched the video on your computers or your laptops or your mobile phones. Now after you watch the video, what will you do? You will please go to the description box which is given below the video. So what is the description box? See, the description box looks like this. Alright, and after you go to the description box, you will see that there are a few questions there. Now what are these questions about? These questions are about the lesson that we just learned, or the video that you just watched, So what will you do? You will think back properly about the lesson and you will try and answer these questions. And note down the answers in your notebook if you want. Okay? After that, we have another task waiting. You will also click on the link which you will find in the description box to fill up the Google form. So now what is the Google form, children? It is nothing but a simple form. There are a few simple questions there about the video which you just saw and also about yourself. So these are the tasks now that you will have to complete after you watch each video. So children, wasn't that a very interesting lesson? I'm sure you learnt a lot of new things in this lesson. If you have liked this video, please hit the like button and also subscribe to my video so that you will get to see all the videos which I keep posting regularly.